what?
My boat.
Your boat? Allahu Akbar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. So today, I'm going to share a little story about my late grandmother. So my grandmother with her sibling, they grew up in Malaysia, right? So it was the toughest of childhood, and she's the oldest. She had to take care of her siblings. Now it was tough times. Right, her relatives didn't like her, right? So she had to put up a thicker skin in order to survive. And this carried through to her marriage. So back then, right, there's no social media, there's no phone, man cheats a lot, especially, Muslim man, I can say because I'm Muslim, and I'm a man, okay. After having 7 children with him, 5 miscarriages, a few other grandchildren, I think there's so much at stake. You're just buying for Azam, so they call me Azam. How about the rest of your grandchildren? My grandmother then replied, Azam sorang di hati. Azam is the only one in my heart. Sweet, right? Such a sweet grandmother. I was the only one among her 7 children to have had divorced parents at a very young age. I was born prematurely, tubes all over my head. She used to tell me, don't shave your hair bald. So at the back of my skull, the shape is actually uneven. So if you want to touch, you can touch. Come. It's experiential. You can touch it like, oh yeah. I'm full of warmth. She wanted to make my life as normal as she could, but I think that rubbed off wrongly with my relatives. Yeah, so there were a lot of jealousy. So I would sometimes portray roughness, right, in the way I speak, in the things I say, in the things I do, right, just to show others that I am not favored. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. I rise. These are the only possessions, the only few possessions that I managed to salvage after my grandma passed away. We actually covered her before we buried her with this batik cloth. Don't worry, it's washed. She cannot pray standing like me earlier on, so she will always sit on a chair. And I was a 3-year-old toddler. I took the darts bin in her room, I turned it around, and I sat, trying to pray with her. She lost her focus, she burst out laughing. Yeah. This fat woman carrying a big rainbow umbrella. So this fat woman was walking, and then she fell into the drain. My grandma started laughing. That was the last laugh I heard of hers. And then, as I was putting on my shoes, she asked me, Azam, pukul berapa balik? Azam, what time are you coming home? I said, tak tahu. I don't know. Azam, pukul berapa balik? Tak tahu. With a little tinge of annoyance. Azam, pukul berapa balik? Tak tahu. This time round, very annoyed. I remember I was in the school library that afternoon, and then the ringing stopped. I received a message. Nenek dekat hospital. Nenek is in the hospital. Somehow I was upset, looking at my cousin, looking at my mom, looking at my aunt in the room, because where were they the last few months? There I was visiting her every single day in the hospital. There I was offering prayers to her on my way to school, at the hospital, but no one else was there. Why now? I forced a cry. I started crying. My aunt came up to me, held my shoulders, and told me to let it go. I never felt conflicted with my religion, right? Yeah, I think the only reason why I practice is because of my grandmother. And one prayer that I ask God every single day was to exchange my life with hers. Because I don't see any worth in living without her. One thing I learned about mourning and grieving, you have to do it with people. You cannot do it alone. And I could only do it when I started healing, started recovering, right? And started reconnecting with my family again.